Welcome to the PlanEdge video training series. This video looks at advanced triangulation. Okay, with triangulation, you don't necessarily have to triangulate back to a corner. You can triangulate to any fixed point within the plan. So this could be a doorway or a window point, anything at all that's fixed upon the wall and not going to move. This is quite handy if, say it's a kitchen that you're measuring and there are some units in the way, so you can't get a true line of sight with the laser from the corner back to another corner for triangulation. So if this wall says 1.5 meters, but there is something on the wall, a picture frame or a door point that you can measure from, we can tap, and let's say that's 0.75 meters across. And this now gives us a fixed point. Now we can continue measuring the wall. So let's say the wall's 1.5 meters. So we tap again and we put in the remaining distance of 0.75. And what you can see now is that we've got an additional point that we can triangulate back to. So if we were triangulating, for example, to a point down here, you can see that we've now got 3 points that we can triangulate. The top point, the start point, and if for any reason there was something in the way of that, like a pillar or a post, then what we could now do is, instead of using that point, is we could come from the corner to the fixed point on the wall, and that would give us an additional triangulation point. So we'll draw this angled wall using triangulation and the additional fixed point that we've just created. So tap the triangulation tool. We're going to tap down here where the wall is, and because we can't see the corner point, what we're going to do is we're going to use the fixed point that we've stored on that wall. So we're going to tap there and Bluetooth the measurement across, and then the second measurement we'll take is back along this wall, Bluetooth the new measurement in. And there we've got the triangulated point. So now we're going to look at drawing a curved wall, but this time it's going to go into the room, whereas previously we drew an external curve. So this way what we're going to do is to look at drawing this curve with triangulation. So we've got two straight walls and we're going to have this wall curving in. But because we can't measure from the start of the curve to the end of the curve, because we've got no line of sight and it's outside the room, we're going to use triangulation to triangulate the curve. So to draw the curve wall, we need to tap on the curve wall icon and also tap the triangulation icon. So now we've got a starting point of the curve, and we're going to tap up on the screen somewhere roughly where the curve wall ends, and that will draw us a curve on the screen. So we're now going to triangulate the measurement of the curve wall ends to the other points in the room. So the problem is that because the wall curves in, we can't triangulate down to the end point because we can't see it. So we'll start with triangulating to the start point and Bluetooth the measurement across for that. And then we'll measure the other point in the room which we can see and Bluetooth the measurement across for that. And that will fix the end point of the curve wall. Now, as you can see, the curve is too big. It's too big for the room. So we also need to work out the height measurement. But again, because that's outside the room, there's no way that we can measure that easily. So what we're going to do here is to triangulate for a second time. So the curve wall itself, we can now triangulate the height. So we're going to triangulate from the curve to 2 points. So we're going to tap on the triangulation icon, and you'll see that we now get a point available for the center of the curve. So here, what we're going to do is we're going to make some reference mark, whether that's just with a little pencil or with a post-it note, into the middle of the curve wall, and that just gives you a point of reference. And what we're then going to do is we're going to tap on that, and we can now measure to any of the other corners. So we're going to use the start point, and we're going to Bluetooth the measurement across, and then again from exactly the same point or mark you've made to the other corner, and again we're going to Bluetooth the measurement across, and there you go. You'll see that we've now triangulated the length of the curve, and we've also calculated the depth of the curve through triangulation, so we can close the room and it's completed. For more information and videos, visit planedge.co.uk.